Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Western Racing. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Series 26 of the Speedmaster Monster Jam 164 Mainline. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're excited for today's video. I know I am. I always love digging into some Speedmaster trucks, and this case right here is special for its own reason. We're going to look at 9 trucks today. We got 9 trucks in total, all of which are really interesting. I would say that this truck is like a perfect split between bad, just average to bad trucks to actually overwhelmingly cool looking trucks, and I'm gonna talk about those as we go. A lot of them are really interesting and some of them pretty cool, 2 of which I need to show underneath the black light here, which I do have. For $5 at Walmart you can buy a black light flashlight, which is honestly one of the greatest purchases I have ever made in my entire life. This thing is freaking awesome. If you're a Hot Wheels collector, buy a blacklight flashlight and just run it over your shelves. You will be amazed at what lights up, because it will shock you what lights up. It is crazy. Anyway, yes, 9 trucks here today, Series 26. One thing you're gonna notice in today's video is that Speedmaster stopped doing posters. I think it was Series 25 is when Speedmaster stopped putting posters inside of their 164 scale trucks. However, that doesn't mean they stopped doing posters. In fact, I just ran upstairs and used my parents' printer to make the poster for Series 26. So I will still get to show that off at the end of the video. Just keep in mind it's going to be on paper rather than poster paper, because they don't actually come with the trucks anymore. I had to make them myself. Anyway, as I said, we have a total of 9 trucks here today. Also, I'm going to explain the stand-in for the poster here on the first truck just real quick to help you guys understand that, but yeah. We've got a total of 9 trucks here today. Like I said, I would say like 5 of them are like really good trucks. 5 of the trucks in here I would say are actually really, really cool. 3 of which I would say are average, and then 1 of them really I felt was pretty disappointing, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that one, of course. Actually, 2 of them are kind of disappointing. 1 I'll let pass by though. Anyway, instead of me yammering, let's get right into it. The first truck, number 1 of 9 that we're going to look at in today's series, is the See-Through Crew El Toro Loco. Now, the See-Through Crew trucks, of course, are famous because they are an entire series of trucks dedicated to see-through chassis, roll cages, tires, and ribs. And the first one we're going to be looking at here is El Toro Loco for that series. So, as soon as I can get this open, we're going to just basically see what a see-through El Toro Loco looks like. I really do think that if Speedmaster is going to continue the See-Through Crew series in the future, they should, instead of doing see-through chassis, I would highly recommend that they do metal chassis and then do see-through bodies, because I feel like see-through bodies would be really cool to have. All right, so for the accessory we get with this one, we get a yellow crush car. Very cool. Always love the accessories. That's one of my favorite parts of collecting the monster trucks, is the little accessories you get with them. And then here's the nameplate, says El Toro Loco on it. Pretty freaking cool. Put that there, and then of course I'll deal with the garbage afterwards. So we'll throw that down there. All right, let's take a look at the El Toro Loco here. As I said, it is a see-through crew truck, so while it is a normal El Toro Loco, you can see that the truck does feature the see-through tires and the rims. Yeah, the rims are see-through, kind of, a little bit. So looking at it here, we've got an orange body with a see-through yellow chassis, a see-through orange roll cage, see-through black tires, and see-through orange rims. So yeah, that's pretty much the entirety of this. Other than that, this truck really has no major changes to it. Again, I mentioned in the last video, El Toro Loco doesn't have nose ridges anymore, which I thought was strange, because when I looked at that truck in that video, I was like, huh, I did not notice they moved that. Also, another thing I noticed, the negative space bar on the back of El Toro Loco is not black anymore. They actually made it colored with the truck, which I don't personally like. I think they should change it back to black, because it kind of gave the illusion of the negative space a lot better than actually having an orange one there, because now it just looks like a really, really large space holder for the dowels here to hold the truck onto the body, which I don't like. I don't like that at all. I wish they'd go back to black, but that's just me. Got the chin hair at the front. Here are the flames coming out of the nose and whatnot. Again, I kind of miss the ridges, but not really. This truck, in my opinion, needs a lot more color. After all of the edits that they've made to El Toro Loco, it's kind of blank. I wish they'd put like eyebrows or something up here and change this back to black. I think that would help a lot. This truck needs a bit more detail. I feel like a lot of what they changed was not for the good, for the better anyways. So yeah, that is the see-through Crew El Toro Loco. Let's get to the turntable of this one so that way we can start getting into the interesting trucks. Next up, we have Zombie for the World Final Series. Specifically, this is known as Man-Eater Zombie because, as you can see, it's a female. We'll explain that here in a second. So, for those of you who don't know, way back, I think it was World Finals 16, the freestyle encore for the night was the Zombie Invasion encore. And they basically had a bunch of zombies running around during the encore. And 4 of them were special edition zombies. We had Skeleton, Burn Victim, Biker, and Man-Eater. And I'll explain kind of what they all look like there. We got an orange crush card for this one. Not the same shade of orange as the last crush card. It's a bit brighter. Here's the name insert for Zombie there. Even though, once again, like the last Zombie we reviewed on the channel, it doesn't actually match the Zombie logo on the truck itself. I don't know what it is with me and knocking my camera over, but I've gotten really good at it recently. So yeah, here is the female zombie. So once again, it's called Man-Eater because it is a female zombie. We've got a yellow body, a black roll cage, gray chassis, black tires with white BKT printing, and of course the gray rims. So just looking at the overall detail here, there are a few things that we need to talk about. Of course, like the yellow zombie skin looks really good. I love the way that looks. Got the zombie logo there, and of course the torn striped shirt, the same that Zombie wears. But of course, if we look at the top, there is no brain to see because instead there is hair. And there is a little plastic insert here for the hair and, or for the ponytail and scrunchie there, which looks really cool. I love the way that looks. To looking at the front here, this is where all of the main detail is. Man-Eater Zombie is the only one that has an arm in its mouth, which they casted that really well. I love the way that looks with the arm. Looks really cool. And as you can see, it's got all the makeup here underneath the nose. Kind of looks like a mustache. Got the eyeshadow, I guess is what you call that, mascara. I don't know what any of this stuff is called. And then of course you've got these like pearlescent blue eyes, which look really neat. I'm not a makeup guy, so I don't know what any of that stuff is called. Don't make fun of me in the comments. Got the lipstick here, and of course these really yellowed teeth. Really almost matches the skin color perfectly. Yellow arms as well, which are movable. And then there is a detail on the ears, which I'll mention before we finish this up. On the back, of course, it's got the zombie with the monsterjam.com. Not a lot of detail there. And of course, the raised shirt pattern there, which looks really cool. So all in all, a really well execution for the Man-Eater Zombie. And like I said, if you look on the ear insert, there's an earring. And it's the same on this side too. There is an earring on the ear, which is a really cool detail that I doubt most people who own this truck will ever notice. It is a very, very small detail and a very, very easy detail to miss. So, yeah. But anyway, that is the Man-Eater Zombie, or the female zombie. Again, I feel like Spin Master did a real good job executing this one. It's pretty much almost a one-to-one with the real truck. It looks so spot on. It's not even funny. So yeah, let's get to the turntable for this one. This is the 25th anniversary Gravedigger with a chrome body for some reason. And I'll explain to you why that's weird here in a second as I open it. So, 25th anniversary Gravedigger is black. We all know, most of us know what a black 25th anniversary Gravedigger looks like. In fact, Spin Master has even made one, and it's coming out this year as a part of the Gravedigger 40th anniversary multi-pack, which I am excited to get that multi-pack. That is awesome. I cannot wait for that. Also, this truck is one of the only Spin Master Monster Jam trucks in the entire license to feature real chrome. Like, this is as real as it gets. Look at that. That is insane. We will, of course, look at that here in a second. We got a green crush car for the accessory. And, of course, we will look at the name plate as well, which is just a standard Gravedigger nameplate. Nothing special. They didn't do the 25th anniversary or anything, even though they should have, but who knows. Anyway, the controversy around this truck is that the 25th anniversary Chrome Gravedigger is something that we have had requested for a while. It's a lot of people have been requesting the 25th anniversary Chrome Gravedigger, and we got it. Kinda. The real life 25th anniversary Chrome Gravedigger has this really cool art on the side. Editor, throw in a photo for him. That is what it looks like. That is what the truck that we wanted looks like. Instead, we got this, which this truck never existed in real life. There has never been a 25th anniversary Gravedigger with this paint scheme that had chrome. This truck has never existed in real life. And the reason why, according to Moss Jam OCD, is that the people who made this truck had no idea that the truck I just showed you existed. Now, hold the phone. I refuse to believe that. Like, I actually refuse to believe that. And the reason why is because you would think if they did research on a 25th anniversary Chrome Gravedigger, you would think that they would have, like, I don't know, Googled that to see if maybe it had a different paint scheme or asked Dennis Anderson himself about it. You wouldn't think that they would somehow miss that. To me, that doesn't seem true. I feel like them saying that they didn't know that the other one existed is a load of crap, in my opinion. I feel like they're trying to cover up the fact that they did this because it was cheaper. Either that, or they literally didn't do the bare minimum and research the truck. They just did this because they thought that's what we asked for. Either way, I feel like Spin Master lied to us when they said that they didn't know the other one existed. I feel like that is a major lie, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, the truck itself features a chrome body, green roll cage, a all metal. This is a metal chassis, and the reason why is because when they do chrome bodies, they have to use metal chassis because chrome bodies are lightweight. They are very light. They are not made of the fiberglass like the other ones are. Black tires, gray rims, and the purple bead locks, which looks super duper good. I love the look of that. So this is pretty much just a normal Gravedigger here, except with the 25th anniversary decals. It features the 25th anniversary logo up here, which if you zoom in on that, you can see all the detail that's hidden in there. There's a lot of little details here. It's really hard to read. It says Monster Jam, I think, and anniversary. Or maybe it says Gravedigger 25th anniversary. Like I said, you can't read it at all. It is impossible to read that. And then there's also a little banner right here as well, which should be centered on the lip here, which it's not, which I think is really strange that they didn't do that. This side's exactly the same as the other side, just mirrored. Again, like they said, missing like that should be centered, and it's not. Here's the hood. I feel like they maybe could have put a number on there as well. Like I said, this truck is a giant mess, in my opinion. It is amazing to me that they even followed through with this, because it is missing. Not only does it have a bunch of errors on it, but it completely missed the ball game when it came to the detail that it should have had on it. And then looking at the top, it's got the roof. I will say that. They did nail the roof. Gravedigger 25th anniversary with the Grim Skull, I think is what that thing's called. Since 1982-2006, Monster Jam World Finals Racing Champion, and they even did the vintage World Finals logo. Something that they couldn't even be bothered to do on Split Paint Job Avenger. They actually managed to get the correct World Finals logo on the truck. So at least the roof on this truck is correct, and this little logo back here. Everything else completely missed the ball game here. It is so bad. Arguably, like I said, this truck is still really cool in my opinion, but good God, is it a mess. Here's the turntable. Okay, now on to a truck that actually turned out fantastic. This is Wolf's Head Motor Oil, the gray version. The original truck was bronze. This one is gray. Personally, I think the gray version of Wolf's Head looked 10 times better than the bronze version. That's my opinion. This truck doesn't actually exist anymore. The silver version of Wolf's Head was the final version of Wolf's Head to exist. The truck then became Lone Wolf under the ownership of Triple B Motorsports, and yeah, that's where it resides now. I guess Wolf's Head is something that just doesn't exist anymore, which sucks because I liked Wolf's Head. I thought it was a really cool truck. The drivers were all right for it, but, you know, that's just whatever. I am really excited to have a die cast of this one. The accessory that comes with it is a brown dirt ramp. I almost said green. That would have made me look like a moron. Not that you guys already don't think that, but you know what, whatever. And then here's the logo. Wolf's Head Motor Oil since 1879. That was a long, long time ago. I can guarantee anybody watching this video, there's a good chance that any of you watching this video probably weren't alive then. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, here is Wolf's Head. I love this. God, the Gravedigger truck hates itself so much it keeps trying to jump off the table. That's hilarious. Anyway, here is Wolf's Head. I think that this thing turned out flippin' amazing. This thing is fantastic looking. We've got a silver body, a black roll cage, or red chassis, black tires, and red rims. It's got the Weston Racing colors and everything, repping the channel spirit. Let's go. The details to see on the side here are Star Creations' logo, Wolf's Head, Monster Jam, FTI. Just little details here and there. The truck obviously is meant to resemble a wolf's head, as the brand would suggest. So it's got the detail of the fur. This is 3D, by the way. This is all 3D detail here. It's got the airbrushed paint job here, which looks beautiful. The eye in black and red, which looks fantastic. You can kind of see the teeth in the fender, but then they lead up to this awesome mouth at the front with the chin hair there. You got the nose, the whiskers right here. It almost looks like what the modern day Monster Mutt trucks should have looked like, instead of how the goofiness that we ended up with instead. Either that, or honestly, Monster Mutts, they should have just kept them as the Mercury Mutts, because the new designs of the Monster Mutts, I flippin' hate them. I think they look ugly, but that's just me. I got the teeth here with the black gums, looks really good. And then of course you can see the hair going all the way up. Really, really cool. This side's exactly the same. The back end features Wolf's Head Motor Oil since 1879. I love this kind of like slender going into the back. I think that's really interesting the way that they do that. Brodozer did the same thing, but to a more extreme. The top of the truck has the ears, which look really good. And then Wolf's Head Motor Oil since 1879. They got the logo and sticker up there as well. So on the whole, I love this truck. I think it is absolutely phenomenal, the detailed Spin Master put into this, and I hope that you guys can see that as well. I definitely think that this truck should have been praised a lot more than the Gravedigger when it came out, but that's just my opinion. You know, I've been wrong in the past. Maybe the Gravedigger is probably one of the best things about this case. I personally disagree. I think it's arguably one of the worst trucks of this entire case, but that's whatever. Anyway, let's get to the turntable. So I know this truck has actually been released before, back in Series 4. We're on Series 26. This truck was released in Series 4. This is, of course, Shane England's Big Kahuna, a truck that I have been in love with for a long time. It's never really made it up to the ranks as my favorite monster truck, but I still think the Big Kahuna is definitely one of my favorites. That is for sure. I love Big Kahuna. It is such a cool truck. This one here, which is known as the square body, is absolutely fantastic, and just getting a die-cast version of this makes me so excited. Dirt ramp, by the way, brown once again. It is so exciting to get a actual die-cast version of the square body because it is just so cool. Here's the name insert. Of course, when the truck first appeared, it ran on a trophy truck body, which I didn't necessarily like that one. I didn't think it was the best ever. Then after the trophy truck, Shane introduced the square body here, which is definitely, arguably my favorite. I think the square body is my favorite. I absolutely love the way it turned out. Then he introduced the hot rod design, which a lot of people like the hot rod. I was not a fan. It looked like, it just, in my opinion, I don't think the hot rod turned out very good. I feel like it needed a different paint job, in my opinion. Definitely needed a different paint job, in my opinion. The fact that the paint job looked like this, but on a hot rod style, I think is what ruined the hot rod paint job for me, or body style for me, but that's whatever. And then, of course, recently at the World Finals, he revealed the 2023 Bronco style, or 2022 Bronco style, which it looked goofy. I think we all can admit, even Shane can admit, that the truck looked goofy because it was a very small body on a very large chassis. I still think it is easily one of the better Big Kahuna's paint scheme. And you know what? The body works, in my opinion. Even though it looks small, it works. So that's my opinion on Big Kahuna. Anyway, let's take a look at the square body here. Like I said, definitely, easily my favorite Big Kahuna he's ever done is the square body. We've got this nice ocean blue chassis, or ocean blue body. We've got a gray roll cage, gray chassis, black tires with gray rims and gold bead locks. I love that. So the body features, of course, rust everywhere. Like you can see, there is rust caking this entire vehicle. It is a split paint job rust, though, or it isn't a split paint job, so the sides look exactly the same. However, the rust paint design is absolutely amazing. I love the way that turns out. Back end says Big Kahuna on it, which looks really good. Got the 2 surfboards here, which look phenomenal. I absolutely love the 2 surfboards built into this, because that is a feature the real truck had. Got the tiki statue there. Love the look of that. You got the tiki statue up front with the tiki torches that are on fire. Again, faded because of the rust. You can't really see it. Big Kahuna logo on the door and everything there. And then there's the front end. Again, like I said, easily my favorite Big Kahuna truck, and arguably this might be my favorite. I lied. I think Wolfstead's better. But arguably, I would say this truck is definitely one of the best trucks of this entire case. Even though this isn't the original release of it, I still think it's up there as one of the best. But yeah, that is Big Kahuna. Now, this one is interesting in my opinion. This one is called Nightmare. And when they first announced the Nightmare truck, I remember seeing it on the poster. I saw the name Nightmare under Crazy Creatures, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be cool, because I saw Nightmare, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a knight in shining armor, but like a Prince of Darkness kind of thing. That's gonna be freaking amazing. Then we got this, which is a horse. I was sitting there going, okay, it's still cool, but it's not nearly as cool as what I thought it was going to be. But yeah, the joke obviously being Nightmare. It is a knight in shining armor and a mare, like a horse mare. So that's the joke that they were going for here. Again, I get the joke and all, but I wish it would have been like a Prince of Darkness kind of thing. I think that would have been like Pitch Black from that DreamWorks movie, Rise of the Guardians. That would have been flipping awesome to get that instead. But I still think this is cool. We got a gray barrel as the accessory. A little gray barrel. I always love getting the barrels. Those are always stuff that I need for tables and whatnot in a building. Nightmare logo there. Again, as you can see, the whole Nightmare design is pretty, like I said, it's a pretty neat little concept. Definitely not something like if I would have known that this is what they were planning from the beginning, I probably wouldn't have been as excited for it. However, I think this was a nice surprise. I don't think anybody was really expecting this. So we've got a brown body, a gray roll cage, a gold chassis, black tires, and gold rims. It looks really nice. Like I said, the amount of detail that they managed to put into this is shocking. Like, it is amazing to me that they managed to fit all this on here. So I don't know anything about horses. Like last video where I mentioned horsepower, I don't know anything about horses, so this is going to be fun trying to explain all of this. As you can see on the side, we've got what appears to be a rug with the tassels on it, which looks really good. Again, none of this is 3D on the side. I want to say that. None of this is 3D except the teeth, of course. You got the thing that goes in the mouth. You got this nice little tapestry here with the almost looks like the flag of Maryland on the back, half of the flag of Maryland on the back, and then we've got the Nightmare logo on this side here, Austrian logo, and a black tail. That is a plastic insert. Flip over to the other side, it's the exact same thing, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it. The nostrils are actually 3D molded, which I think is interesting. Then there is the big elephant in the room, which is, of course, this piece of metal up here. This is all 3D, by the way. This is a plastic 3D insert here. Everything, including the armor on the body itself, is actually 3D and raised off of the body, which looks really good. There's even a little sword emblem on the helmet there, which looks really cool in the ears. So, like I said, I don't think a single person, when they saw the words Nightmare on the poster for the year for 2022, I don't think a single person was expecting this. So I'm sure this truck came as a surprise to everybody. Like I said, had this truck not been a complete and total surprise to me, I probably wouldn't have liked it as much as I did, because I was really hoping for that Prince of Darkness, but I still thought this was a pretty cool surprise. Still, I think, like I said, this truck, in my opinion, is really, really cool. I like this truck. Not as cool as what I was hoping for, but still really awesome. Anyway, here's the turntable. Okay, now for the truck that I think is really interesting. This is Alien and... Oh, I haven't been saying any of the series for the last couple of trucks. My bad. That is on me. God, this is terrible. Wolf's Head was a part of Arena Favorites. Gravedigger was a part of World Finals. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but whatever. Big Kahuna was Arena Favorites, and Nightmare was Crazy Creatures, I think. Yep. All right, so there's all the ones that I missed. This is Alien Invasion, which is a part of the Hyperfueled series. Now, there's a big problem with this truck right off the bat, and it is the body. The Hyperfueled trucks all have the same thing in common. Everything that was underneath the body should have matched the color of the body. Alien Invasion, for some reason, did not want to follow suit to that. And it doesn't make any sense to me, because we've gotten the inverse Alien Invasion, which had a green body. So they've done a green Alien Invasion body before. I don't know why they didn't want to do it again. So I feel like this truck was a super huge letdown for a series that was all honestly really cool. Alien Invasion was one of the first trucks to ruin it. And the other truck that I feel ruined it was Son of a Digger, but that'll be a while before you see the reason why for that. Alien Invasion there for the nameplate. But yeah, Alien Invasion here I feel like kind of sucks. However, this is a good time to show off what a normal Alien Invasion body looks like, because we haven't seen one yet on this channel. So here it is with the silver like UFO design, Alien Invasion. Awesome. You can see all the black details here, which look really good, and then there's all these green little decals here and there that in real life these would actually be LED lights that would be on while the truck is racing to make it look like a real UFO. MossJam.com logo back there. I'm looking at it. You're not, because I'm unaware of what I'm doing here. And the front end has the headlights as well. So again, it's a pretty cool little truck. And because it's part of the Hyperfueled series, and one thing that you can do with this truck is that you can flick off the lights here. Oh, I didn't even do that for El Toro Loco. Hold on, we're gonna have to do that as well. You flick off the lights here. And then the nice thing is with the Hyperfueled trucks is that if you hit them with the black light, they glow really nice, which is fantastic. Just love the look of that. Also, as I mentioned earlier, oh, look at my wristband. The pink wristband glows really cool too. Another thing I mentioned earlier was this truck here, the See-Through Crew El Toro logo. One thing that I think is interesting about the See-Through Crew trucks is that the tires glow blue under black light, and I don't know why that is. That is really strange to me. But the El Toro Loco itself also glows really nicely under the black light as well. It's pretty cool to see the black light effect on the truck. It is pretty neat to see that. Like I said, $5 at Walmart, you can buy one of those. It is one of the best investments a diecast collector can go after, like actually. But yeah, that is the Hyperfueled Alien Invasion. Let's get to the turntable. Next up, we have Megalodon, and this is an interesting one because it's part of the Boneyard trucks. The Boneyard trucks are really cool because they're meant to look like... The Boneyard trucks are supposed to have a special chassis and rim/tire setup. Let's see what I mean here in a second. So, if you look at the chassis of the truck, you're going to notice something, and I'm just going to show you this right now. Look at the chassis of the truck. It's literally made out of bones. So, that is why they're called the Boneyard trucks. However, this truck, we've got a ivory-colored crush car for the accessory. This truck, however, features something really interesting. Because it is an underwater creature, it is a shark. There's Megalodon nameplate. Sharks don't have bones. They do have bones, but they're not the same bones that we have. They're made out of cartilage. Now, the normal, as you can see, these bones aren't a very good color. Normally, the Boneyard trucks feature a color that is very similar to what I would describe as like dust on a dirt road. That is what the normal Boneyard trucks feature for the bone color. This Megalodon, however, features an ivory color because sharks' bones are made out of cartilage, which is not what ours are made out of. Ours are made out of calcium. So it creates a different color. And for that reason alone, even though we didn't get like a special like design for Megalodon, like a bone shark or something, for the reason alone that they were able to capture the color of what a shark's bone would look like, I immediately have to say this is probably one of my favorite Boneyard trucks. It cannot by any means top Mohawk Warrior. Mohawk Warrior was easily the best Boneyard truck. This is easily second best because the actual attention to detail when it came to the color blew my mind. We've got a blue body, a ivory colored roll cage, black chassis, ivory colored tires, and black rims. So yeah, that is pretty much the Megalodon. It's just a normal Megalodon body though, nothing crazy. Like I said, maybe a slight change to the body would have been apt, but other than that, I feel like the attention to detail when it came to the chassis and tires alone is worth mentioning this truck as one of the better Boneyard trucks that they've released as a part of Spin Master. It is fantastic. But anyway, that is the Boneyard truck for this series, and we've got one more truck to go until we're done, so let's get to the turntable. And now, falling down from all of these weird trucks, I honestly can say right here, right now, not a single truck that we looked at in today's video could be considered normal. The only one that is even remotely close to normal, in my opinion, is Wolf's Head. Even then, this Wolf's Head here, this was the first time Spin Master made the gray version of it, so even then, it's still a weird truck to see. All of these trucks were strange. Big Kahuna got a chassis and roll cage difference. Like, every single one of these trucks was weird in their own way. Kind of a return to form here. We have got Max D as a part of the True Heavy Metal series. This is the chase piece for today's video. And it is, yeah. Oh, I'm going to open that with a knife. So I'm going to do that real quick. Alrighty, got that nice and cut open. Here's the Max D name plate. I don't know how I almost screwed up that, but yeah. So here is Max D for the True Heavy Metal series. These trucks, of course, get their name because they feature metal chassis, which basically makes them extremely heavy. It makes them really, really heavy because like most trucks that have the metal chassis, they don't have the metal bodies. These trucks have metal bodies and metal chassis, so they are really, really heavy. And for some reason, I don't know why, but Max D feels a lot heavier than the El Toro Loco and Son of a Digger we've already looked at on the channel. As Max D feels really heavy for some reason. Also, painted shocks as well. We got orange painted shocks with a silver body, silver roll cage, black chassis, black tires, white BKT printing, and silver rims. Sorry about that. Anyway, so also it's like a see-through gray almost, which is really interesting. But yeah, this is just a normal Max D. Not a lot of detail to talk about here. 12-time World Finals champion. I don't know if that's changed from previous Max Ds we've looked at. We actually really haven't looked at Max Ds on this channel. I take that back. We've almost looked at one in almost every single video we've done. I lied. I will notice my truck does appear to have a bit of a misprint because if you look at all the BKT printings on these trucks, they're usually quartered. So they're usually, you got the BKT and then they're usually quartered. This tire is not set up like that. It's actually a bit off if you look, which is strange. I've never really seen that before. The worst case I've ever seen was somebody on Facebook found a Gravedigger that had the BKT printing on the top of the tire. That truck sold for like $100 if I remember correctly. It was really interesting. But anyway, yeah, that is Max D for the True Heavy Metal series. We're going to end it with that truck right there. Let's close this video off and look at the poster. Alrighty, everybody. I haven't even adjusted the camera yet. Let me grab this. So there you go. That is the entire series of trucks right there, from the chase piece all the way to the first truck we looked at there, El Toro Loco. It's a pretty cool little mix of trucks. Like I said, it's really strange because, like I said, half of these trucks are really good and the other like half just really fell for me. Like, well, that sounded weird. So like Big Kahuna, Nightmare, Zombie, Wolf's Head, and Max D. I thought those were all solid things to include in the case. The El Toro Loco was really weird to me, but that one's fine. It's average, whatever. Alien Invasion was a bit disappointing to me because of the color, the body color being the wrong thing. They didn't get the body color right. Megalodon, I thought was awesome because of the way that they really went to make sure that this truck was personalized for Megalodon. The Gravedigger, however, I feel is easily the most disappointing truck of the case. And I realized I made a mistake at the beginning of the video because I put Alien Invasion as my least favorite truck of the case, and I should not have done that because the Gravedigger is easily the worst truck of this entire case by far. They screwed that up so bad, it's not even funny. And then, like, it doesn't make any sense to me how they screwed that up. It really does not make any sense to me. I just realized I grabbed the wrong piece of paper. Fantastic. But anyway, yeah. Let's take a look at the poster here. I printed it off on paper for you guys. This is the poster for this series. You can see the entire series is on here. All laid out and nice, looking great. And then I'm going to have to go get the other one. And then, ironically, one of the trucks that was the most disappointing got its face on the action shot for the poster. So here is the action shot for the poster with Alien Invasion doing a cool little sky wheelie. And then, like I said, here is the collection one. So there you go, everybody. That is series 26 of these. 26. That doesn't sound right. This is series 24, isn't it? Nope, it is series 26. Never mind, I lied. This is series 26 of the Spinmaster Monster Jam 1/64 scale singles. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next video. The next diecast unboxing video, that is, which is a Hot Wheels 5-pack by the looks of things. So, see you there. Peace out.